game since 2001, and joined now by the guy who was wearing 35 on the field. Is that right?
No, not at all.
Maurice Jones-Drew is calling the game for radio.
That is my brother, though.
We were watching C.J. Anderson saying it looked a little MJD-like.
You still got it, man. You could do it.
Absolutely.
You know what, David? I prefer being behind the camera now or in front of the camera just because the hits out there were too serious. But C.J. Anderson, I mean, a guy to come off the couch the way he did and to come out and run in the last 2 weeks, I think Coach McVay talking to him said, we found a lot of
with this football team.
You know what, Rod? First of all, I appreciate you for not hating on me. This is national television. I remember what you said yesterday, so don't worry about it. I'll get back to you later. But
keep it
Robert
in your
Woods,
pocket.
Yeah, I got you. Robert Woods last year they signed as a free agent. And, you know, he didn't sign a big deal, but he signed a 3-year or 4-year deal worth about $40 million. And Coach McVay said that he is the number one wide receiver. Now, Cooper Kupp comes in, and they kind of lean on him on third downs. But last year, he was a leading receiver for this team. This year, he's a leading receiver for this team. And then in crucial situations, they find ways to match him up on guys and make plays. And not only is he a great receiver out of the backfield and out of the at the receiver position and out of the slot, it has great run after catch. He's a phenomenal blocker in the running game. And he goes and blocks linebackers and safeties all the time, a willing participant. And, Rod, as we know, receivers don't like to block, and that's what makes Robert Woods special. It makes his team special because those receivers are willing to do the dirty work.
MJD, what's up with Zeke? Where'd he go? Like, the Rams were supposed to have a terrible rush defense, and then they just decided to play rush defense today, or how's that work, man?
Well, in 2006, the Indianapolis Colts had one of the worst rushing defenses in league history. Actually, my Jacksonville
always does. Boy, I tell you what, MJD, there was a moment where Aqib Talib left the game to go into the concussion protocol, and Rams fans were sweating it until he came back out on the field. He's been huge for their defense all year long. Glad you're on a single so you don't have to ask for it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lindsay, you want to join the game? You want to get in the game too, huh? I like it. Everybody's getting in the game.
I'm going to stay
It's
out
a
of this,
wonderful
man.
thing.
I love you, man. It's all good.
It's all right,
it's
David.
all
You know
love.
what? I appreciate
It's
you.
all love. A single passing touchdown.
That's all right.
You know who else did that today?
Like that.
The Rams. We didn't see a single passing touchdown thrown by a winning team.
Running the football and good defense is still good
it's still how you win football.
And they both put up 30 points. The Chiefs 1 point more than the Rams with 31. Here's Andy Reid after the game.
I love history if it makes you better, right? So you learn from it and you move forward. And so that was the important thing for our guys. Don't get caught up on all the stuff that happened in the past. But if there's something you can learn from, if it was the play before, the game before, let's make even greater than you already are. You're 1 out of 32 in the whole National Football League. Just help make yourself better. So that's the approach we went with, and I don't think our guys worried too much about everything that went on.
We have such young players that we have so much confidence going in that we're going to win every single game. We want to play at this stadium. We want to win at Arrowhead Stadium. And so we get the opportunity to play here again next week. We're going to come with that same mentality if we're going to go out there and try to win this game one play at a time.
So all the way around, everybody contributed. It's important this time of the year that you do that. And you know, when you bring that and the fans into Arrowhead, it's tough, man. It's tough on other teams.
You know, we all it seemed myself at the top of the list took our turns sort of messing the plays up, you know, and when that's happening and you can't stop the bleeding, it's tough. It's too hard to win on the road against the number 1 seed in the AFC. So again, credit to them. I mean, they outplayed us. They were the better team tonight. They certainly were.
Both of the teams that lost today credit the other team in that manner. Andrew Luck's team facing a defense that didn't look like it had the rest of this season. Was that the Kansas City Chiefs defense, Rod, or was that the Indianapolis Colts just not coming to play, or what do you make of this?
I think it's a combination of both. But when you look at the Indianapolis Colts, everybody was thinking that Marlon Mack had to be one of the won't win a football game in the playoffs.
A lot of things that they did today. Won't win a game in the playoffs. 0 for 9 on third down. I mean, there's just tons of different directions that we could go here. David, you got to give a lot of credit to the Chiefs, though, on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. Pat Mahomes, we talked about him earlier this week, first-time quarterbacks in the postseason in the last 4 years prior to today were 4-12 with a passer rating of like 73. Yeah. I mean, this is a notoriously tough first game, and it did not faze him in the least.
No, and that's what was so cool to see, especially people that really enjoy watching this kid play, is to see the level of confidence that he had in the playoffs. So that's what's so dangerous about this team is X's and O's are great, but he also does things above that. It's really impressive.
The Chiefs picking up a win today, and so did